Okay. Okay, I'll switch it. Let's oops, didn't mean to do it like that. Let's like talk over this a little bit. It's been the topic of discussion, so let's just do it. I'll switch the game to Pathfinder, and I'm not going to change the title. Okay. There's 2 to 3 that relate to when I summon my Eidolon, any spell summoning a creature also... Wait. Summoning a creature also does it, kind of. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Some time to look over the survey results and message board posts after the Secrets of Magic playtest. Can you play jazz flute? I cannot play jazz flute. I cannot. I can play jazz sax. I have a sax. I haven't played it. I haven't played saxophone in a long time, actually. I have a new saxophone back there that I just haven't touched. Because I was... Short story, I was doing rent to own for a cello. Couldn't practice the cello in my apartment, so I got a sax. Because the saxophone is a little more portable, a little more playable elsewhere. But now I'm not in an apartment, so I could have had the cello. I don't know, whatever. I was learning cello. I switched back to saxophone because I know saxophone. So I should practice that more, because I do know how to play it. I know how to read music for it. I want to say 2 to 3 is being generous, but I haven't cared too much on summoning summoner as opposed to the other 3 styles. I didn't even know it was a style. I didn't even know. Okay. Because of the saxophone president? What is the saxophone president? What? I don't know. I picked it up. I picked up saxophone in 7th grade. Clinton? Oh, no. No. I didn't know he played saxophone. Giving feedback. We wanted to give you a bit of an idea of the direction we're looking at taking the Magus and the Summoner for the final book. Not everything here is set in stone, though. We still have rewrites to do, more internal conversations to have, and additional data to look at. There are also hundreds of little things we'll be changing, from individual feats to story elements. This blog post is just hitting the main points. And hey, if you stick around to the end of the blog, we have an extra treat for you. End of the blog. Let's zoom in on this a little. A lot. Let's zoom in on this a lot. All right. Magus. Much of the feedback on the Magus indicated that it felt too restrictive and too random. The class could be quite powerful, but required really specific play patterns and choices to get there. We don't want a class that can do a huge Nova attack if you stack your true strikes correctly, but isn't satisfying for doing much else. Our focus for further Magus development will be adding more varied strategies, making the action economy less difficult to deal with, and giving more clear paths to build toward what you want your Magus to do. Okay. Magus content I only know from what I've read, discussed from people who have played it and reviewed it and watched. To reiterate from what I said earlier. Okay. So, striking spell, the ability, unsurprisingly, was the focus of much of the conversation from the playtest. In surveys, it was rated as being interesting but not powerful enough. It was also rated as being difficult to understand. Players noted that it could be frustrating to spend your whole turn casting a striking spell, then miss with the strike. Even having more chances at it didn't take out the sting of needing to wait for another turn to try again. Often, even if the spell came off later, the Magus had missed enough opportunities that it didn't seem worth it. Okay. So yes, but that's like the point. Like, that was already the case previously. Except that, like, I don't know. Like, Pathfinder 1 Summoner, or not Summoner, Magus was the same thing, except you got to, like, attack afterwards. Like, you got to make another attack. You could full attack with Spell Strike and do a regular attack after. Which sometimes included, like, an elemental bonus, depending on your focus pool or whatever it was called. So, like, you would whiff the spell, and then you would have, like, basically a Spell Strike arrow that still did damage with that energy. It was, like, a nice, pick-me-up if you missed. So let's see. Making changes to striking spell won't be straightforward, and we still need to do a lot of experiments to find something that's fully satisfying. One of the major drivers for the playtest version was making it highly flexible to allow for using a wide variety of spells, compared to, say, Eldritch Shot, and let you use your stored spell with other abilities, like Flurry of Blows or Power Attack. Ultimately, these came at the expense of having a straightforward, solid special ability that was dependable. And it also meant that many paths to doing cool things required multi-classing, which leaves the class itself feeling lackluster. Like if Kamehameha Mist was a notable comparison? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We know for sure that we want to restructure the action to make its presentation clearer. We're also going away from using a special benefit that relies on a critical hit, as that led to the ability feeling too random and giving too strong an incentive to load up on True Strike to put all your eggs in one basket. That makes sense to me. For actual effects of the ability, there are a lot of options on the table, such as having a stored spell with spell attack roll not increasing your multiple attack penalty, or going a bit farther with using the same roll for your strike and spell, similar to Eldritch Shot, or having some type of buff you gain while you have a stored spell, so you don't necessarily want to use it right away. Some of this I need to have played Magus to parse. Like, I kind of understand. Like, casting a spell into an arrow and then holding it to hold onto a buff, that feels a little weird to me. But maybe I'm misunderstanding what it's saying. Some changes might require striking spell to no longer be at will, so using it is a more impactful moment rather than repetitive. Lowering its frequency, of course, requires some other tools to give your other turns that Magus flavor. We're still workshopping ideas on that front. Okay. Spell progression for Magus has a total of 4 slots maximum. We know the spell progression would also be a major topic of discussion. Players were pretty divided among which path to take, with about 40% of survey respondents happy with the playtest path, and a wide variety of opinions about alternatives with no clear victor. One of the common notes we saw was that the 4 slots didn't allow for many interesting or fun utility spells, but that the martial caster feat brought some back in. To that end, we're looking at adding a class feature similar to martial casting around 7th level. That will link to our next topic. Okay. They're saying you can spell strike, but you don't have to expend the spell when it lands. Oh. So you can choose when to unload. Okay. Okay. I think I see. Magus Synthesis. Much of the discussion about the Magus suggested slide casting felt like a mandatory pick. Yeah, slide casting seemed good. In the surveys, while the slide casting was chosen the most, the selections were much more varied than we expected, and beyond that, Shooting Star had the best numbers on the fun scale. That makes sense to me, since I'm most interested in playing that Magus anyway. With the intention to make the action economy of striking spell more player-friendly, we also want to make the synthesis option more distinctly focused on certain playstyles, rather than one appearing like a mandatory choice for action economy purposes. There will likely be more syntheses coming, as we add options for the final book. Yeah. All right, let's stream Raiders real quick. Yeah, the other 60 sounded like they suggested, like, you know, alternatives that weren't, there wasn't consensus on the alternatives. They were split. Okay. Much of the discussion about, oh yeah, we already read that. We intend to give more of a story hook to syntheses, since they're currently a bit dry compared to similar options in other classes. These will likely...
You for real?
Reed, hi! Hello, Reed and friends. What are you, Ocarina of Time, very nice. How's that? How's, the Ocarina of Time randomizer? That seems... Is that what you were doing? Hi, Pika. Because that still sounds wild to me. Hard? I bet. I bet. That makes sense.
I can't get out of this room.
Snicketies. What have we given you one?
That's it. GG.
We'll do it. Looks awful, but it's fun to watch. It has me curious and slightly afraid. I'm definitely more likely to get into Link to the Past randomizer than Ocarina, personally. What do we want here? Barbarian. this another clip of Wes just saying GG, that's the race, and slamming his desk? Yeah, well... yes. Okay. Reed, we have been working on some music, Reed and friends. Well, no. We started to work on some music, and then I got really distracted by some of my players, my Pathfinder players talking Pathfinder, and so we've been discussing that instead for quite a while. And we might get back to the music, or we might talk about Pathfinder for the rest of the night. So, yeah. So we're just reading... We're reading the review, the playtest synopsis for the Magus and the Summoner right now. Kind of parsing the feedback that they've given back to us. As I was reading, we intend to give more of a story hook into these syntheses, since they're currently a bit dry compared to similar options in other classes. These will also likely also come with some extra benefits that give a bit of a leg up to certain playstyles, such as adding more spells to your spellbook, or influencing what you get from the martial caster benefit as noted above. We're also planning to change the name to avoid confusion with the Summoner, who has had a synthesis option since first edition. Makes sense. Finally, we heard you when you said Ray's Atome doesn't work with the syntheses, and we'll be fixing that. Alright, that was great. It's more of a... That's really funny. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I will admit, the first thing I thought when I read synthesis was like... Wait, hold on, but the Summoner. Anyway, just about to go to bed. Sounds right and fair. I hope you have a good night, Reed. Thank you for the raid, thank you for stopping by. Sorry, we're not doing... you know, not doing the most relatable content right now. Spell proficiency. This part is pretty straightforward. It was noted that the Magus has a slower spell attack roll and spell DC progression than the champion or monk can get with their focus spells. The Magus will be getting a faster progression. Really? Okay, that's fine. Battle spells. The Magus potency spell wasn't that popular. People have been asking for a special attack spell as a focus spell instead, particularly a one-action spell. We have avoided that for two reasons. First, if the spell is strong, fights can end up really repetitive. Has the Magus ever cared about being repetitive? Like... Has Magus in any edition been anything but I'm going to cast this one highly optimized spell 75 times? That's what the Magus players be saying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you have 5 utility spells and then 50 snowballs. Like, I don't... Okay, it's fine. I understand that they want to break that mold, but, like... Anyway. Exactly what they'd be saying. Like... I would not mind, and I think most Magus players would not mind, if it was just, like... You had a focus spell or, like, a... cantrip or, like, you know, something you could use, like a fire and forget spell to put on your weapon every round, but like, I don't know, that had interesting triggers and effects on top of that. Like, I don't know. And then you, like, used your spell slots for utility. I feel like that'd be satisfying. Like, no fighter is complaining that they swing their sword every round. No Magus is gonna complain that they swing their sword with fire every round, you know? You mean like a cantrip or something? Like, yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know, like... I'm fine with the potency spell being a spammy attack spell. Because, like... If you're making a class that's going to auto-attack with spells, expect them to auto-attack. With it, and not, like, make big brain decisions every time they swing, and that'll be reserved for utility spells. I don't know. Hello, the Game Mommy. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a nice morning. We're talking about the Pathfinder, the most recent Pathfinder playtest a little bit, and being a little spicy about it. Anyway. So, like, cool on Paizo if they want to break that mold and provide more. but I don't think more is what people are looking for. And I don't necessarily think they'll come up with a great solution, necessarily. Like, I don't see where that goes exactly, other than, I don't know, whatever. They even say that. We won't have a clear answer for a while yet. What a shock. Anyway, Summoner. Hi, everyone. Marceifter here. Thank you for participating, whatever. Summoner class had quite a bit of online interaction this time around, and there were a lot of interesting and cogent discussions with many good points, made by folks with differing opinions. Sorry. That's very polite, the way they're phrasing that. Are they churning out the new stuff? Because Wizards does that with Unearthed Arcana. Paizo and Pathfinder have always, like, chugged out content quite a bit. Paizo tends to have a big yearly release with a couple of classes, or several classes. And then they kind of have, like, flavor stuff through the rest of the year, like a lot of adventure paths and things, and some stuff with, like, extra class options and things, like flavor options throughout the year. So this is a playtest for the thing coming out in July. And yeah, I kind of already can guess what I was going to say. Unearthed Arcanas don't really necessarily have a... The Unearthed Arcanas for Pathfinder are kind of like the third-party publisher stuff. Like, that's the closest you get, really. The Unearthed Arcanas are a little bit different than anything that Paizo puts out. Let's see. Unearthed Arcanas are fine, says the non-5e player. Never actually played Pathfinder. That's totally fair. Unearthed Arcana is basically mildly thought through homebrew, which, to be, like, I think a lot of the Pathfinder homebrew is pretty good, to be fair. Like, a lot of stuff that actually gets published is pretty nice. But that is what I understand from UA, is that they're, like, pretty experimental, not really balanced, and they're just there as, like, optional flavor. I know that it has way less ambiguity than D&D 5e, that's true. Moto and I were talking about this the other day, how they're very, like, purposeful with everything they say, and how, like, natural language things get kind of, like, turned into proper nouns for mechanics. So yeah, they take out as much ambiguity as possible. I can hear Matt Colville rise from his bed and whisper, "Someone said the truth that goes unheard." Oh my god. They're better balanced than much of the homebrew, but they can be pretty broken still. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, no fighter is complaining that they swing their sword every round. No Magus is going to complain that they swing their sword with fire every round, you know? You mean like it can't... Like... Thank you, Dallas. I'm glad... I'm glad you like that take. It's because people get paid to make the homebrew wizards. Yeah, yeah. Right, it's in-house homebrew. It's what it is, right? All right. Overall, people really like the Summoner, with the second highest overall approval after the Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler got high approval? That's cool. But there were also some pitfalls, from small to moderate, that people were looking to see fixed, and they all interact in different ways, which makes it a little harder than for Magus to go into great detail on what changes will happen. Okay. Finding a fix for a new issue might require revisiting our decision for one we had an idea of how to solve. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's fair. It would be nice if they just, like, all right, so these are all very... I'll talk about it after we're done reading through this. It's fine. I'll chill for a minute. So when I started playing 5e, I did not know what UA was, and my DM said no UA. No surprise here, but I found a UA fighter style I liked. My DM didn't notice, and by the time I figured it out and told him, it was a big sigh and just leave it. Amazing. Oh my god, that happened to me. Not to me. So, Reed, years ago, I played in a brief Pathfinder campaign with Fire Radish Charlie and Kaomi. Radish was the DM, And we were all players, and Cora was in this too. And Wes. And Kaomi played a homebrew, like, Tinkerer or, like, Artificer or something that was, like, we didn't know it was homebrew. We thought it was, like, official content because we didn't know the game very well. And then, like, it was so broken. It was so broken. It could do, like, it created devices that combined different spells that completely broke the action economy. So he would just have a device that, like, healed everyone around them and, like, gave them, like, not inspiration, guidance. It was like an AoE pulsar that, like, buffed everyone with 3 spells in 1 turn. So we just embraced it. And then Charlie canceled the campaign. So my broken attributes are as follows. When I hit with a weapon I am proficient with, extra 1d4 damage. When I roll a saving throw, including death saves, extra 1d6. And if the total reaches 20, it counts as a natural 20. What the... What? Okay. That's kind of wild. That is nuts, and I have no clue what that UA fighting style is. That's... Rolling an extra die to bring you to a natural 20? No. No. It's not okay. Why did they put that in a thing? Why did they... Alright. It was brute. Oh. I shall bite my tongue on GMs who don't notice that you accidentally picked a UA fighter subclass. They probably should notice. They probably should notice these things. Laughs and Phoenix Sorcerer. I mean, fair. Okay. Alright, main takeaways. Some outcomes are clear. We're strongly leaning toward changing Act Together to a variable action activity, allowing either the summoner or the Eidolon to use a 1, 2, or 3 action activity, and the other to use a single action. Sure? Okay. That sounds confusing, but I like, okay, sure. We're derailing his stream again? It's okay. That's fine. I don't mind. I'll roll with it. The healers stopped healing me a long time ago. Yeah. Train has been off the rails for a while, yeah. You see this piano thing over here? On the other side of the screen? No. Very little of that has happened. You know, you're telling me that you were against the boss and 2 guests tonight? That is every night. Okay. Let's see. So let's see. We also want to allow more customization of your Eidolon at first level without loading up too many choices to make. So we're leaning towards more evolutions being available at first level and giving you a free evolution to choose from at first level. Sure. We're also looking into a few other avenues to potentially increase versatility, but there's an upper limit on how complex the class can be, so there's likely to be a process where we add and subtract things until we're satisfied. As such, I don't want to get too specific in case it changes. Okay. Okay, so they want more options early. It kind of feels like they're saying Summoner could 4 actions, but under specific cases with Act Together. Like, kind of. It's like they can spend 3 actions casting a spell while their summon does a strike or a stride. Or a skill check. Like, they can, you know. That's what it sounds like to me. To just, like, allow your, like, even if the summoner or the Eidolon is totally, like, taking up the entire turn, the other entity still gets to do something. So yes, I guess. Like, the combination of the 2 can go up to 4 no matter what. Like, between the 4 of them... Wait, between the 2 of them, they can probably get 4 actions every turn. I can, like, move when it strikes 3 times, yeah. But don't they already get a 4th action through Act Together? Yeah, but it's more specific. You can only do, like, you can only pair a 1-action thing with a 1-action thing. Like, you can only move while your Eidolon moves, or move while your Eidolon strikes, or skill check while your Eidolon moves, you know, things like that. You can't cast a 2-action spell and then use Act Together to cause your Eidolon to do something. most of the time you're going to be wanting to do 2 action things. Yeah. Does it even make sense to keep churning out subclasses? I mean, at some point there are so many that they start blending together, and at that point you might as well rework the system into something akin to Shadowrun. So I think yes, because that's the only way D&D 5th edition gets customization. I'm a Pathfinder player. I can make a fighter who's a bow fighter, or a fighter who's a sword and shield fighter, or a fighter who's a 2-handed sword fighter. You know, I can make all of these things. I can make a fighter focused on defense or offense. Like, I can make these choices to do this. D&D doesn't let you except with subclasses. Like, that's the only way you get to do this. So, more about the fantasy than anything else, right? So, like, yeah. If you want to be a ranger that is a 2-handed sword ranger, like, you need a specific subclass that, like, does that well for you in 5e. Or, you know, since it's ranger, a subclass that does it poorly, but anyway. So I think, you know, I think they'll keep adding subclasses like forever, instead of making a character like a complex modular thing like Shadowrun, I feel. But I haven't played Shadowrun. I mean, I played the PC game. I haven't played Shadowrun as a tabletop game, so my only exposure is through Moto. I forgot to mention my upcoming features for this UA. At 15th level, if I get a crit, I add damage for my level. So bonus 15 damage it. Okay, great. Great. Wild. That sounds very Pathfinder-y, really. At 18th level, I gain 5 plus Constitution modifier, 5 HP, at the beginning of each of my turns, if I have less than 50% health, but more than 0 health. What? What? Why? That's kind of wild. Okay, where do I draw my support mechanically for this thematic thing without hurting the mechanic base? Yeah, I assume you're talking about 5e. Yeah, different flavors supported by different cups. Yeah. Shadowrun has a lot of problems. I love it. Yeah. You've been on stream for almost 8 hours. Do you need tea? I've got some coffee, which isn't, you know, I got some coffee with some milk. Cappuccino, really, is what it is. And I was playing Pathfinder for more than half of this. I was playing Pathfinder until 3 hours ago, and my players did a lot of the talking tonight. Oh my god. Thank you. Yeah, someone order milk tea for me. So I'm pretty good, actually. I haven't been talking, I haven't been yelling at my microphone all night like usual. Because he is the weapon? Yes, correct. Okay. So yeah, Dallas, to your point, this whole thing sounds like, we don't know yet. Come back later. I wouldn't be surprised. Moto, you said they're like rerunning this playtest, or rerunning the playtest for like these classes? Like doing a phase 2 playtest? Did I catch that? Just give us more versatility in collaborating with my summon, yeah. They reran the witch one like twice. Okay. Okay, cool. I missed that, actually. Alright, neat. So probably they'll iterate on this stuff and we'll have another shot at it. So yeah, they want more versatility, more options to work with your Eidolon, it sounds like, and they want Act Together to be better. Strongly leaning towards changing, yeah. So yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. Free evolution scene fog, yeah. Yeah? Yeah. If they could, I don't know if there's like is there already a feat that's like you get an evolution or like a limited evolution at level 1? Thankfully they can just decide that you don't get numbers if your class is too strong though. I mean, yeah. Right. It would be cool if you could get a mini evolution or something from level 1 feats. You get Transmogrify, which is a daily free evolution. Okay. Okay. At 12. All right, never mind. Of sixth or lower. That makes sense. Look, sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes some of the higher level Pathfinder class feats are like, why is this at this level? Can't even fly until 16th. Get wrecked. Laughs in Elemental Summoner. So upset at that. It's kind of hilarious. But, like, that's permanent flight. Like, Laughs in Druid, right. A lot of things get access to temporary flight before that, but permanent flight is a big deal. Permanent flight is a big deal. So, it makes sense that you can't, like, plop wings on your summon until then, in my opinion. You don't even get temporary? You can... Yeah, that depends. That depends. Yeah, you have aerial form. Right now you have aerial form. And like, you know. Hold on. Let's just look at some spells. Not a summoner thing, that's an arcane thing. Well, like, you can get arcane spells. You can be an arcane summoner, right? Aerial form, fly, cause the target creature to gain a fly speed. So, like, if you are arcane, occult, arcane, occult, or primal, you can, like, you can give your Eidolon a fly speed for how long? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. At level 7? Level 7, yeah. 7, right? 7. My camera froze. All right, great. Anyway. So yeah, like you could give your Eidolon a fly speed for 5 minutes. For 5 whole minutes. Three different schools. 3 different, it's pretty alright freeze. It's an alright freeze. I've seen better, seen worse. 5 out of 10 freeze. Oh, good God. This... Okay. This scene has so many pieces to it. Good God. Okay, there we are. All right, so what are we missing here? We have Arcane, Occult, Primal, Divine. What way does Divine have? You're talking about being a brute fighter makes me sad because my D&D game got canceled literally in the middle of Pathfinder. I'm sorry. Woo. Whew. All right, so there's not a whole lot of flight in the Divine tree. Thoughtful gift, teleport an item to an ally's grasp. That's not what we're looking for, but that's kind of funny. Dimensional anchor. The divine spell is kind of whack. If there's one thing divine is bad at, it's like movement between point A and point B. On the other hand, between plane A and plane B, you're a little better at that. Freedom of movement, though. Yeah, your movement it can't be hindered. Thoughtful gift seems like a great spell for lulls. I agree. Let's go respect thoughtful gift for a minute. Dimension... Where do they... Pet cache? Hide a familiar or animal companion in a pocket dimension? Dimensional lock. Good God. Step. Blink. Do they not have any, like, blink moves either? Dimension door is Occult Arcana. Okay. Yeah. Divine doesn't get to move, man. That's not their thing. Alright, Thoughtful Gift. But what if you transform yourself into an object and then Thoughtful Gift yourself to an ally 120 feet away? They stop you from moving. That's a fair point. Laughs and Arcane gets it. That's every spell. That's every thing. You get an ability that helps you when you go to different planes. Yeah, but no spell to go to said plane. Oh, really? What? Really? In Pathfinder 1, they could totally jump planes. They can banish people. They can send messages to... No, that's on the same planet. Never mind. Ethereal Jaunt. Use the ethereal plane to move through objects and into the air. Shit. Transport creatures to another plane of existence. Plane shift. At 7th level. That is later than you got them in Pathfinder 1. That's it's quite late. It is a very powerful spell, yes. It's just later. It's just later. That's all. It's just later. So just imagine a game where the players like to RP flirt with people. Yeah, yeah. And you just Thoughtful Gift some stuff into your group mate's hands. Hand to embarrass. I love it. I love it. I agree with Moto. Thoughtful Gift, a very powerful spell. You and your allies traverse the barriers between planes of existence. You must have specific knowledge of the destination plane and use a magic tuning fork. Created from material from that plane as a focus for the spell. While the tuning forks for the most prominent planes are uncommon, lol, just like the spell Plane Shift, more obscure planes and demi-planes often have rare tuning forks. Okay. You can go to your summons plane with a fee at some high level too. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. And there's probably, like, rituals to do this earlier? Maybe? Potentially? Or, I mean, rituals are such that you can just say that there is. Well, there's one. Angelic Messenger. You transport yourself to either a celestial plane or a world on the material plane where worshippers of your patron can be found. Astral Projection. You project the target's spiritual essences into the astral plane. Create Demiplane. A demiplane created with this ritual exists on the astral or ethereal plane. That's fucking cool. I like that this is a ritual in here. But rituals in general are meant to be like, you know, the slow, expensive way to get access to higher level magic. Anyway. So like, I don't know, the GM suggestions, advice in the book are like, if your players want to do something that they need a higher level spell to do, consider giving them a quest for a ritual to do it. So, you know. Animate object. Sweats nervously in what I sent you to look at. Okay. I do need to review that soon. Like, tonight after I get off after I get off stream. Alright. Well, that's a lot of arrows. Smack. 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 It's going okay. He literally hasn't read it. I did read it! You have time to change it? Oh god. Karinga is wrecking shit. I do want to be reminded, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. You don't have to change it. Oh god. Spillmaster. Snicketies. I guess Karinga? Oh my god, COR has an alt. Okay. Alright, we start this battle. We're gonna finish this blog post and then I'm probably gonna wrap it up, because I have been on a while. But finish the aftermath. Wait. What? Oh, treasure room. Alright. No. We'll put a healer down. We'll support you guys. You guys get the treasure. Oh, whoops. Okay. Okay. Loki gonna die next session. Yep, not gonna worry about it. Not gonna have to worry about that post. That's my solution. Alright, so we're gonna finish up this blog post, and then I'm gonna probably hop on out of here. Unseen Custodians. Yeah, see? You create a sight-bound, long-lasting Unseen Servant spell. 3rd level ritual. Unseen Servant is a 1st level spell. So occasionally you have a higher level ritual to get a lower level spell. It all, you know. Okay. Laughs in Thor, the Beast Summoner? Yeah. Or, you know, next character is just gonna be, like, I don't know, Odin, who lent his eye to Chaplain Brining. Alright. The Unseen Servant ritual is like for a whole castle. Yeah, and it's long-lasting. I understand. Alright. Eidolon types. We plan to increase from the 4 Eidolon types presented here to between 8 and 10 Eidolon types in the final version. Expect them to be chosen from among the ranks of the Eidolon types mentioned, but not presented in the playtest, such as Fae and Demon Eidolons. So that makes sense. What a waste of an eye. He could probably just summon it back. He's Thor, or Odin. I don't know. Just send a Raven for it. Or he is the Raven who goes and plucks it. I don't know. Odin's weird, man. Eidolon types, I just read that. So I will say, like, Summoner 1 Eidolons, most of the Eidolons were, like, reskins of kind of the similar thing. They were like, different stat blocks, really, was the only difference between them. So, I'm curious if they will do more feats to support each type of Eidolon, or if they're just gonna, like, expand options and let you branch off of your Eidolon. I don't know, we'll see. It already seems like they want to specialize more than they did in Pathfinder 1 with them. Especially, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, since they, like, brought in the Phantom as, like, an Eidolon type, which was an entire different class. And they brought, like, those class mechanics to the Pathfinder 2 Summoner with that Eidolon type. Small, sassy, hungry child. Spellcasting. One issue that had a lot of discussion was how to handle spellcasting, whether to keep it the same, remove spell slots for other options like Eidolon abilities or focused spells. They already have so few spell slots, why would you remove? Well, okay, increase spell slots and weaken the Eidolon's offense, or take a different approach. Based on the plurality of response in favor of keeping the spellcasting the way it currently works, that's kind of surprising, given that people on the Magus weren't too happy with that, the sliding window version, but we are leaning towards that option. We've seen some positive playtest results with regards to diverse spell selection and usage. Okay. Synthesis. There was a lot of feedback on the synthesis feat that allowed you to merge with your Eidolon. It was popular, but many folks said that being an option you choose each time you manifest rather than a mandatory... Wait, rather than mandatory? didn't fulfill the fantasy in that ability to use both options caused it to have quite a few restrictions it might not meet otherwise. Right now we are leaning towards changing the feat's name and flavor to be clear that it is meant for an optional ability, and then make a synthesis class archetype in a later book. Later book? That's fine. With trade-offs based around having only the option to merge with the Eidolon, not to manifest it normally. Okay. Okay. That sounds good to me. So, like, this feat option that we talked about earlier, that I was confused about, because it's named after the same thing as the thing in Pathfinder 1, and then doesn't do that thing. Like, I support this change. Keep this feat, make it like a utility feat. And then have a synthesis. Synthesis comments give me hope, but the Eidolon types comments give me concern. I think I'm not surprised. Like, they're missing Eidolon types. So, we talked about this before. I'm not surprised that they want to figure out the baseline of the class and then add Eidolon types once they know how the class is going to work, rather than having 10 up front and then having to iron them out when a complex class needs, like, big changes to how it works. Would that feat be bad if it just was baked into the class? Yeah. No. Like, I think that would be fine. And if it was just like an option, I'd be fine with that, because it seems like a weird waste of a feat, kind of. It's a little weird. And probably my homebrew is just gonna be like, yeah, you can just take, like, you can just take that feat for free. Like, that's fine. It's just a class option. It doesn't give you more power. Like, I don't know. Figure out the class and Eidolon flow, then throw more at them. Like, yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. I don't think that's, you know, I don't think they have to hold off the other Eidolon types for another book to do that, because I don't think it's going to take a lot of design time to make the Eidolon types in the first place. Personally. Alright, so we read that. Incarnate spell preview. So this is the, okay, this is the bonus piece. Never mind, continue. Okay. Okay, sorry. So let's finish things off with a preview of a new type of mega summoning, wherein you summon a powerful thematic creature that sticks around briefly and has a big impact. This is still early in the process, so any elements of this, including names, might still change. And because this is just a preview, don't go trying to use this in Pathfinder Society. Though if I were your home GM and you gave me some cookies, I'd allow it personally. Alright, well, great. Cool. Incarnate trait. A spell with the Incarnate trait operates as follows, rather than conjuring a minion. When the summoned trait... Rather than conjuring a minion with the summon trait and allowing you to direct its actions, when summoned, the incarnate creature takes its arrive action. Okay, so it comes in. It's like, alright, so I'm already imagining, right, the fucking, wow, demons. What are they? The Infernals. Come down as a meteor, crash down, big AoE explosion, they unfold into a rock golem and start punching things. That is what I am imagining when they give me this. An arrive action would have been so cool to have for, I don't know, the summoner. But you want your, I guess, you kind of want your Eidolon out before the fight starts. I don't know. At the end of your turn, the summoned creature can either step, stride, or take the action for another movement type it has. Better reading today, such as climb or burrow, and then takes its depart action. Then the spell ends. Whoa! Short summon, really brief. An incarnate spell directs its effects away from you and your allies as much as possible. The incarnate spell's effect is not quite a creature. It can't take any other actions, nor can it be targeted or harmed by strikes, spells, or other effects, unless they would be able to be able to target or end a spell effect, such as Dispel a Magic. Okay, sure. It has a size for the purposes of determining its placement for effects, but does not block movement. If applicable, its effects use your spell DCs and spell attack roll modifier. So this feels like... I don't know, the closest thing to this that already existed in Pathfinder 1 was probably like Fire Elemental. Or like summoning the big elementals. They like come in, have a big effect for a couple of turns, and then they go away. But they still had like 5 turns to hang out. Summon Vengeful Dead. This feels like the Diablo 3 Necromancer, and I didn't like that feeling. Of like, I'm summoning something, but it's just really a spell animation, and then it goes away, and I'm not actually summoning something for some of the stuff. Which, like, feels weird to me and not very satisfying. Until the end of your next... Okay, so, you know. Summon Vengeful Dead, 100 feet. Until the end of your next turn is the duration. You channel the forces of Undeath to briefly call forth an amalgam of Vengeful Dead, slain by your enemies and allies alike. This amalgam manifests as a large tornado of insubstantial howling faces. It occupies the space of a huge creature and has a speed of 60 feet. Arrive. All enemy creatures within a 60-foot emanation must attempt a Fortitude save. The creature is drained if they fail, or don't crit succeed. Depart. The Vengeful Dead lets out an anguished scream. All your enemies within a 100-foot emanation must attempt will saves. Creature's unaffected on a critical success, and then they're frightened 2, 3, and fleeing. Okay. Okay, sure. Like someone on the okay, so. This is just a neat option, but kind of random. Like, they want to do spooky stuff. Like, someone on the Paizo team likes ghosts and spooky summons because it's the only one that gets a unique feat option ability because, I don't know, Slime Ghost. Oh, and for Eidolon, yeah, okay. Or just get that as a focus spell. So, I don't care about this spell type. Like, I don't know. This is okay. But again, it's just like a ghost tornado. It's not like you're summoning a... It doesn't feel like you're summoning a creature. You're just summoning a ghost tornado. You're like... I don't know. It's not, like, substantially different to me than, like, Sonis's Ice Storm. So calling this a summoning spell is kind of weird. It's fine. It's fine. It's strong. The whole cool thing about summoning spells is that they stick around. So, like... being like, let's have a brief but impactful summoning spell is like, it's just a spell, man. It's not a summon. It's just like any other spell. So, I don't know. Don't care that much. I'm not excited about this. I will probably take this spell sometimes. I'll take spells like this sometimes, because it'll have powerful effects. And not because I want to summon things, because it's not summoning things. Call it Vengeful Dead, not summon Vengeful Dead. Or like, yeah, I don't know. Like... I'd rather have them call this, like, Wild Hunt or something. Or, like, Vengeful Storm, or Ghost Storm, or, like, I don't know. Wild Hunt would have been vastly superior. I agree, personally. But, anyway. So it's fine. Brief flurry of ghosts. A rotating ecto anomaly. With a horse foot stomps. Yeah, like, yeah. Banshee Bonanza. Oh my god. I definitely just think of, like, that conjures the image of a Donkey Kong level. but I love it. All right. So yeah, it's a pretty good blog post, really. It definitely just seems like they don't know exactly what they're doing with a lot of this yet. So they're like, these are the things we have thoughts on. That's a bard focus. These are the things we have thoughts on, but they're not very final thoughts. So we're just gonna tell you what we're thinking about right now, and then we'll work on it and we'll get back to you. That's what this feels like to me. So like, you know, I would say that there's not a ton of reason to worry yet about any of this. I think they'll keep doing good work. They'll probably release another round of feedback, and you know, they'll keep chugging along. It's got promise, but Magus seems wacky wonky, and I'm unsure where it's gonna go. And Summoner needs tweaks and oil to smooth the grease. Yeah. Summoner's closer to being done, with some satisfaction problems, I would say. Not huge, not like Imba, but they can make some improvements to make it feel like meaty to play. Like mathematically, Magus is fine, and I'm okay with the way Spell Strike works. I am too. I'm more okay with it for ranged attacks. And melee seems like it would get sticky, iffy. I don't know. I feel like I'd be frustrated a lot with melee Magus because I couldn't do the things I want. It's been very clear from day one that people hate it. Yeah. I don't know. There's not an obligation. They're a little bit beholden to people who liked the Pathfinder 1 Magus, right? Not wildly. Like, I don't know. They don't owe them anything aside from the fact that they, like, you know, got support from those people. But, like, it would legacy is a bitch, yeah. It would suck to leave those people behind, you know? To be like, there's nothing in this edition that is like the thing you like. We did a good job of giving fighters the fighter thing, and rogues the rogue thing, and rangers the ranger thing, and druids the druid thing. But the Magus, they're a bit different now. They're not really doing the Magus thing. We've decided that we want them to be pretty different from what you liked. So it's like when Hunter in WoW went from being a mana focused class to being a like energy focused class, and like people just had to adjust, and it like, I don't know. It sucked for the people who didn't like the focus class, you know? Focus class, yeah. People who liked the mana just like had to deal, and like I was one of those people for a bit. And then I quit Hunter. Like, I tried it for 2 expansions, and then I was like, you know what? Just fuck it. I don't actually like how this plays. Get out of here. I'm done. And it took me a long, bitter time to be done with it and to, like, switch to healers. But, you know. Change for change's sake, not necessarily. For the Hunter, I feel that a little more. Like, Magus was too... Magus was a class that had very strong play patterns, and like you had to you could be very strong with a Magus, but you had to take very specific weird niche play patterns to get there, and you could play the class very wrong. No, like I feel what you're saying. I get you, K Freezy. Thank you, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, I don't know. It feels like that for the people who liked it, but I think Paizo is just trying to make a class that doesn't require you to do weird, kind of stinted things to play it right. Like, the Magus was one of the classes that had a very correct way to play, and it was kind of weird, where you're like, the optimal way to play Magus was to... You take Snowball at a very early level as your spell, and then you cast increasingly entire critting snowballs for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And that's kind of how it worked. I just beat 8-year-old Beth Harmon on a chess website. Well, Bob, congrats. Oh, you asked if I played chess earlier. Used to, not very actively. I played a lot in college and kind of accepted that I was, like, I got 1300s-ish okay at chess. 1400s-ish rating-wise, maybe? Something like that. And I was like, how do I get better at this game? Like, what, do I want to do the things that help you get better at this? I went to college in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Let's see. Also, hello, Faith. Good to see you. Is this a different true, Dallas? Did you clip another true? I agree that they shouldn't have to be the same moto, by the way. Wait. No, Manitoba, Canada? Wait, hold on. For me? Not Australia for me. I might be confused about what you're saying. Let's see. Dallas says, I will say most of the playtesters I've either personally discussed with, seen repeatedly, and have laid solid arguments and critics. There isn't much 1E focus as one would suspect. I mean, fair. Fair. I do think that most people who are playing Pathfinder 2E are probably not 1E players. I don't know. But I see a lot of people who are like, I'm waiting until Magus Gunslinger. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair. I think that a lot of Pathfinder 2E consists of Pathfinder 1E players. I think that's a lot of it. But I don't know. I don't have data to back that up. It's just my feeling, because most of the people I know who play it are Pathfinder 1E players. Whether that's like, you know, the people I know or like podcasts I see. But I don't know. I haven't engaged with the community much. I know a chunk of them are like 5e converts who wanted something more crunchy, something with more choice, and then some of them are just new players who their friends brought in. But I think the like Venn diagram of Pathfinder 2e players, I think a big chunk is probably still Pathfinder 1e players. Something with a better action economy, you mean? Yes. Well, that's part of it. Imagine if I wanted something more crunchy, I'd go play Shadowrun. I mean, yeah, okay, that's a fair argument. Imagine Pathfinder having an easier, like, turn order, like, easier action economy to understand than 5e. That's, like, that's a thing. My camera froze. That's a thing that people wouldn't have expected a couple of years ago. Bonus action. Oh my god. Alright, let's see. Activate. And activate. Alright. Okay. Okay. How did the Pathfinder game go? I was tuned in for half of it, but then I had to go take my laundry to a friend's to wash. Passed out on their couch till they woke me up. Like, new Mandalorian episode is out! Oh shit, I should watch that tonight. Get your ass up and watch with me. Oh fuck. Did that come out on Thursdays? Or like, is it just like Friday at midnight? What the fuck? Alright. I mean, thank you for watching. I got slightly distracted by that idea. Session was great. Session was great. End of a little mini adventure. little like 2-session adventure arc, pretty close to town. So that was like, it was pretty satisfying to get through it. It was nice to see my players like, technically Friday for us, yeah. No, I mean, you're right. I'll be doing like the full recap on Tuesday, but you know, players ran into NPCs, had discussions with NPCs, had some feelings about things that were going on, had some branches of decision making to make, an appropriate amount of choice and consequence stuff going on, I think. They were not swayed by the NPC who was like, you should just murder the guardian, the god that you're trying to save. But that's okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So, pretty happy with it. For most of my adventures that don't have maps, that don't have like dungeon maps, are not the best. So I'm glad that this one went better. I'm glad that this one went well. Although I guess, Salamander Arc didn't have a dungeon map, and that went pretty well. So, I don't know. I sound like a teacher, thank you. Technically, it is Friday. I understand that it's Friday, guys. I meant Friday night, alright? Like, I thought it came out Friday night, not Friday AM, start of the day, you know? Oh my god. Alright, you're right, guys, it's Friday. Mandalorian comes out on Fridays, I'm a big silly. Okay. You're still gonna eat the chaplain. I can't stop you. I mean, I can, but I won't stop you. You can eat Ibis. I should, next time I try this, we have this, like, mocha powder that my roommates had for a while. Lynn's had it for a while. I should just, like, ice it. I think it would be better iced. I kind of want to do that. Oh my god. What's up, K Freezy? It makes me nervous when you say my name like that. I think you're going to be too nice. If you say it's Friday, I'm not going to do anything to punish you, but I called, if you... called that you might, so feel called out. If you do, if that was on your mind. Wait. Why do you have these, Moto? Why do you have so many of these? Why do you just have these around? I mean, I love them. Is this a real dog that's like coming out of this fish mouth being like, why the fuck am I in a fish mouth? Oh my god. Duh. Freezy, you did both. Too nice and told me it's Friday. God damn it. Okay, I'm giving in, making myself a chocolate cappuccino. That sounds so good. Sounds so good. I want to ice this now. I want to try it. Show the glory that is Thomas the Tank Engineer, your base-boosted chaplain. Fuck you for hurting Sonus, one of the actual good mortals I met. That was a jumble of words, but I love it. You met only good mortals since you've been awake. I don't know about that. Okay, team fuck Adam, by the way. Adam is a character in our campaign. To jump back to that. Adam was the previous emperor of the city that the players are from. He died, and Solus eventually took the throne. Also, Adam was an immortal, gave away his immortality to seal the old gods away, save the world, was given emperorship of a city, generally kept it safe, then he died, and then, I don't know, my players have decided that he's a fuckbag. They decided that Adam did nothing right and fucked everyone over. To be fair, his Messiah complex, which he definitely had, definitely also made things harder for Solus specifically. And he had a few rivals and enemies who, like, disliked him for valid reasons. And yeah, put Dallas in a stasis sleep for 60 years or so. By the way, Varys, you inspired me to attempt my own stream. That's awesome. Oh man, I should have. How'd it go? How'd you like it? I find just being on stream like helps me. I was gonna say helps me focus, but the music stuff tonight, man, has not so much for the music stuff, but in terms of prep, it helps me set things up and design things and work on things in a certain way that I really enjoy. So I hope it's doing the same thing for you. Music stuff, lol. Team Fuck Adam has so many openings for new recruits. That's true. Tested it yesterday while playing Conan Exiles with my husband. I see, very nice. Awesome. I just give you a follow. So I will hopefully check it out. Be able to check it out sometime. Let's see. So when did this... Okay, I've got about... 12:26. I've got about 20 minutes. I've got about 20 minutes until I have to go. So I'll probably wrap it up before then, but... That's canon, by the way. I mean, yeah. Kind of. Oh, I never did K Freezy. I'm sorry. That's a good point. That's a good point you got. I will say you have no recent videos. Let's see. I do somewhere have Adam's hoodie he left. Oh yeah, you've got like some clothes from Adam and stuff. I don't stream? Oh my god. Are you trolling me? Oh. Okay. I thought Core said you like did a little. Okay. I might be mixing people up. Which definitely happens sometimes with Twitch handles. And I apologize. Our relationship prior to the stasis was undefined. It's true. Why do all the female characters in our campaign have a thing for Adam? That's presumptuous. That's presumptuous. It's not undefined. You know exactly what it was. Right, Raiders. Thank you. I'm sorry. I heard the thing. We'll get this treasure map out of the way. I might have told Core I stream too. Oh well. Okay. He wasn't a complete ass like I think I like to fuck with people. I mean, I feel that, but also, I think Adam kind of canon like became less of an asshole as time went on. Although the last 100 years or so probably didn't change him too much. He was probably who he was gonna be at that point. That same Adam put you in stasis, yeah. Could you tell me more about Adam? Who is he and what makes him so hot? You know, I don't know. I didn't, like, design most of Adam. Adam is a player creation, technically. But he was immortal, so that's nice. I imagine that ups the attractiveness. Forever young and all that. I was a fully fleshed out goddess at the time, so I mean, our morals were still kind of, yeah. Goddess is Adam was made in Varys' image? Oh no. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh my gosh, so many people in here. Who's that? Faith, I'll try to... We're not doing too many more maps. Or any more maps? We might be done. So, I'm going to focus on the folks who are in here. McBen, what is your name in here so I can... Oh, McBen. That would make sense. Never mind. I'll give you a bomb. 3 skull. Undefined. Oh no. What's the short version of Adam? Adam is a synthetic person. Adam was the first human, and he was made by an elf who accidentally sacrificed a whole bunch of other elves to create Adam and give him like a immortal lifetime. And then he hung around doing science a long time. It's kind of vague for that thousands of years block of time. And then the gods started, the 4 big gods started stomping around the world, wrecking cities, and Adam put together a coalition to stop it from happening. Yeah, that's why it's called Adam. Our campaign has a lot of thinly veiled shitty religious references. Like, we have an Adam. A player made a character named Eve to date Adam, who was not the first anything, just a person. The city where the party is from had its name changed to Eden after Adam took it over. And what else is there? There's a prophet named the Prophet, which is not particularly religious. All of mine are deep and well veiled. It's true. Yours are better. Yours were thickly veiled. Made of thicker fabric. Can barely see its face. Let's see, do we stop here? I think we stop here. I think we stop here on the Stream Raiders. I said 20 minutes, right? Let's do... Shit. No, let's stop here. Concerto. Might require a failed check with dubious knowledge. Yeah. Alright. I think we're calling it with Stream Raiders. I will make that call, and I'm gonna try to wrap up here. What's the... Wait, because you asked... Because you will forget. Oh. You asked to be reminded. What's the XP? Oh. I actually know what the XP is, kind of. Oh, wait. I didn't finish writing it down. But it's pretty easy math today. Let's close this. Core book. Rewards. I like to use the name Plebelius at work. Keep those expectations low, you know? He's never forgotten to give XP. Sometimes I've not given it until the next week. But maybe that's the joke. Okay, so the guy was level 7. That's 30 XP plus 4 ghasts at the start, which is what I'm gonna consider. Ghasts were 10 XP each. 30... Wait, was this really a 30, 40, 50, 60? Was he? Wait, hold on. Let me look. Oh, the Sphinx. I put the Sphinx down. It needs to be more than 15 XP, but not a ton more. I guess we can make him... The Sphinx can be 40 XP. Maybe. Let me see what it looks like. Because that wasn't exactly a... Any from last week? No, you... Wait, no. You guys got to level 8 last... Like, what? Right? Oh, you didn't... Oh, no, I understand. Never mind, I know what you said. Yeah, because you guys didn't actually kill anything. And you didn't finish any story beats. So I didn't, like, award bonus points for that. It's kind of rolled into the adventure. Let me see. Save, you met Ivis. So he's level 8. Chaplain was 7. Wow, that last fight was worth, like... That last fight was easier than the majority of fights you guys have had. 90. I'm gonna adjust this down to 30. And Chaplain Brining was 30. Lucius would have let him die. I don't, what? Ivis? What do you mean you saved Ivis? Ivis was not injured in any way. You mean the bronze darter that was with Ivis? Let me see. Okay. 30. Oh, no. Adversary, yeah, 30, 40, 50, 67. How was it only really... Okay. So you guys have 150 XP for the fights. Do you guys want the bonus? Let's see. You leave my Worm / Sonus ship alone, okay? It's not a bad ship. All right. Take 180 XP. Okay. 180 XP for now with bonuses, so 150 plus 30 bonus XP. And there's gonna be more wrapped into the next stuff you do, like more story stuff for the next session for things that just haven't been resolved. So it would be, I would guess around 200 if I wrap some of that in, but I wanna wait and see what happens. Not that it should really change what happened. Basically, I just want the next session to be worth something, reward-wise. I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the sake of pacing and no other real reason, because I already know how much it's worth. So, yeah. Corcoran is so cute. I agree. Me too, Dallas, really, truly. I've been waiting this whole time for romances to pop up, and now we're finally, we have Sonus and Worm, we have Solus and Privateer Captain Admiral Chax, and we have, we have Ludwig and Blevin and Gurg Spearshake as a nice science family. Does eating bug because he angered Yor count as romance? Because it's kind of like a kiss it away. I don't know. Love triangle with the familiar. It's not, you know, it's not, it's like a household, like non-blood family thing, more than a straight up love triangle, you know? I still have not officially met Ludwig. Yes. Okay. Child, right, yes. Precisely. Oh my god. Oh wow, Shin's hosting too. I have so many lovely hosts right now. I wish I could shout them all out. There's a lot. Alright. I am going to start looking for someone to raid. Solus x Eve's brother x Chax. Yes, indeed. Loki needs that partner who tweets, "A family can be me, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's giant primordial draconic sea serpent pet." Yes. I mean, really, who wouldn't be cool with that? Oh, I should check Pathfinder. I should always check Pathfinder. However... no results found. Pretty standard. Okay. Oh, Sky's on again. Upset that my GM is weak in the romance department. I haven't had to do too much of that as the GM. Not too much. Occult magic, indeed. The spiciest part of any romance. Loki can turn into different people, so she can be practically anyone. Yeah. Uh-huh. What? Huh. I've, like, met with most of these people already. Recently. I've rated a lot of people who are on right now. In my friends group. What the? Oh no, that's a rerun. Okay. Yeah, show me all the channels. Okay. Oh my god. Why is this search so bad right now? There we go. Trying to find like GM prep stuff rather than like getting into a session, you know, partway through. Made the perfect NPC on paper, but then he kind of failed to maintain him, and now he's this derpy derp, and it makes me sad. That can be tough. Me, but with the character I'm perfectly playing. I love Bug. Achievement hunting. Oh, he's playing Neverwinter? What? Why? Don't... Alright, whatever. Oh, there's the... No. Alright. I'm struggling to find D&D channels. For some reason. There we go. Why was that so hard? Okay. Why is... What? Hold on. Campaign planning is totally a tag. Why aren't you... Oops. Huh. I'm confused. It's not letting me find campaign planning as a tag. Just persistent. Campaign. Weird. Maybe that just means no one's on with that tag. Hmm. Okay. Alright. Thank you, Game Mommy. I appreciate that. I'm sure I will. I'm just gonna, like, go... After I'm done, like, when I get offline, all I'm gonna do tonight is come in here and, like, play around with these new instruments I've got. Because I'm really excited about them. Even though I haven't been in here, so now all of the samples aren't in memory and like on the drive, and you can hear it. You can almost tell that they're gonna sound nice, but I need to purge all of these samples when I come back in here because they all got moved to virtual RAM. So that's what I'm doing afterward, and I'm excited. Is the point? Oh, there are some people doing some composing. Otterly music. Piano and sing. Songwriting with Joe. Let's see. EDM. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. gonna look at this briefly, and we might just raid Sky. X Sky UXI, to be clear. Not Sky Living or Sukai. Neither of whom are on, obviously. I'll listen to this for just a moment, and we'll see. Oh my god, she has a cute otter picture. She's playing game music, so that's a good sign. Look at this otter. Oh my god. Alright, that didn't work as well as I... Look! He's a cutie. But I think I broke the video zooming in that far. Alright. But I think I am gonna raid Sky. I think probably Sky will forgive me for raiding twice in like the same week. I don't think Sky will mind. So, yeah. Sky's channel is a super chill place to hang out. A really good place to wind down. Maybe fish, but that was... yeah. Sky plays piano and sings, and it's lovely and a very chill place to be. Occasionally Sky plays games. I haven't been able to catch most of that, but I know Sky a while ago was like playing through Final Fantasy X and plays through RPGs here and there. But I'm definitely mostly there for the music. That's kind of what lines up with my schedule the most, and probably technically the content I enjoy the most as a musician myself. So I'm gonna send you over there yeah. I think I'm streaming on Saturday or Sunday, but it's more iffy this week than usual, and it's always pretty iffy, so sorry. But then Tuesday I'll be back, and then I don't know what I'm doing the rest of the week next week either, so follow me on Twitter. Check out Core's Discord, and you'll maybe see my notifications. Make sure you know, that bell or whatever. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. This is gonna send you guys out right now, so I'm just gonna hit the end screen and I'll be in. Have a good night.